Welcome to Digging Deep with Authors. Today we have Arthur Golden, the author of Memoirs of a Geisha. Hi Arthur.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born in Tennessee on December 6, 1956. When I was younger, my parents Ben and Ruth divorced when I was only 8 years old, and then my father died 5 years later. I went to Harvard University and got a degree in art history. In 1980, I got an MA in Japanese history. And then I learned to speak Mandarin Chinese. I'm very interested in Japanese art, which motivated me to write the book. When I decided I was going to write a book, I knew I wanted to write a historical fiction. It took me 6 years to write the book because I rewrote it 3 times, changing the perspective every time, until I finally decided to write it in Sayori's point of view. It was finally published on September 27, 1997. It was on the bestsellers list for New York Times for 2 years. It sold 4 million copies in 32 different languages.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
We will be back to talk more about the novel. Stay tuned. We are back with author Arthur Golden. Arthur, I have read your book, and I would say I simply loved it.
Thank you.
One of my favorite things about your book was your writer style, so let's talk about it.
Okay, well, the story is told in first person by the main character, Sayori. She tells the story of how she became geisha.
Sayori starts off saying that what happened was one of the best and worst things that happened in her life. It left me questioning how that could be possible, and made me want to read more to find out why.
Yes, the pace of the novel changes a lot. At the beginning, she goes from a child to a young teen. The middle of the book is all about her teenage years, and at the end, she goes from a young adult to an old lady. She's only old for the last couple of the chapters. It steps through a big time period at the ending.
The pacing was very good. It got to all of the main points in her life. It showed when she was younger, then her journey of becoming a geisha, and then how she grew older and a bit of her life after a geisha. I also liked the way Sayori would sometimes bring up an important event from her past. This made some parts very emotional, like when she was at the lowest point of her life after failing to escape, and she kept having daydreams about her past with her family. This was my favorite chapter of the entire book. My favorite way you wrote would have to be your great explanations and detail, though.
I tried to write in a way that would give the reader a mental picture of exactly what I was picturing. I used many describing words so the reader will be able to visualize a character or setting or object as clearly as possible. Also, I knew many American readers would not know most Japanese objects, so I tried to describe them as best as I could.
Well, you did a very good job. Thank you for being here today. Now tune in next week when we talk to Stephanie Meyer.
I'll run. Hi, my name is Paige O'Neill, and I'm a media news reporter at the movie premiere for Memoirs of a Geisha. Let's talk to a stranger and see what they think. Hello, girl. Have you read the novel Memoirs of a Geisha from Arthur Golden?
Yes, I have.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed reading the book. I think the author did a great job at describing everything. He gave me a really good mental picture of exactly the time and place Sayori was at. It was very sad and emotional at times, but other times really exciting and full of joy. It was such a great book.
Would you recommend this book to anybody else?
Yes, I would. If you're interested in Japanese culture and history, sad stories with a happy ending, love stories, performing arts, women's rights, or just looking for a good read, then I recommend this book to you.
Well, thank you for your thoughts. Now back to you, Jeff.